What would your response be if I said kids under the age of 7 learn 120 times faster than kids after 7, and by the time they reach the age of 6, their brain is already 90% developed? These are the claims by the supporters of the early childhood education, and has been taking hold in China, the world's biggest education market. Now, how does it work? And does it work? Let's find out. Headquartered in Beijing, Untitled China is one of the private kindergartens in the country promoting early childhood education.
And what we do is from 0 to 6, we start to plant seeds. Depend on how much seeds and how strong, how quick we spread those seeds, and that identified and the future of this child, and that's the size of his field when he grow up.
Untitled China partners with Finland's Untitled Education Company that teaches kids from 1 year to 6 years of age skills through play-based learning.
So we've been decorating this room as our demo class for the space program. Well, you can see that in this room, the decoration and stuff are space related. So that gives them the idea of the theme. So it's, every child has some idea about the space, but it's hard to put them into the image if you don't give them any decoration.
For Konstantin, breaking down big topics like space means getting the kids to do hands-on activities that they can feel and remember.
So you can see some of the students choose to only put in the golden sand into the bottle. Okay. So in the bottle, we put half of the transparent glue in it and half water.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that kind of creates this kind of slow motion texture, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, you can see that.
Okay, that's interesting.
Right. Some students choose to put in stars. Some choose to put in, different color sand. Yeah. And also some of them would choose to put an astronaut in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this can be also developed into other programs.
Reflecting Fun Academy's space program, people like Jiang and Konstantin, they encourage kids to start learning skills young.
A baby on the age of 3, the brain development is already reached level of 70% of an adult.
70%?
Yeah, at the age of 6, it reaches 90%. Imagine, that's whole your life part, 90%. Only 10% left for you to further develop and to make change.
When babies are born, they already have all the brain cells or neurons they will have for the rest of their life. But it's the connections between these cells that really make the brain work. And during early childhood years, at least 1 million new neural connections or synapses are made every second, and this is more than any other time in life. Once developed though, these connections are important for things like motivation, self-regulation, problem-solving and communication, and it's much harder for them to be developed later in life. So essentially, a young child's daily experiences determine which brain connections develop and which will last for a lifetime. So kids being able to learn from a young age also means parents need to spend their hard-earned money to enroll them in places like Untitled China.
非常认同芬兰的这种教育理念，因为我觉得它是比较先进的，也特别适合孩子们的这个成长规律的。在这里呢，我觉得孩子们的学习状态就是他们所说的那种从游戏当中学习，以玩为主。所以说，这个我觉得是跟其他的幼儿园最大的一个不同。
And those early investments apparently do pay off. The National Bureau of Economic Research in the United States says returns are at its highest when youngest, and that's even before birth for that matter. But the returns gradually decrease as the child becomes older. But for China, is the government doing enough to promote this?
It is very difficult to get into preschools and also very expensive to get into preschools. These are already big issues, big problems right now, even for children at 3 to 6. So the problems are even more severe for 0 to 3. So I do think that if the government can get into this market and can provide some cheaper child care centers, and that would be much better for child development and also for family life.
In fact, in China, early childhood education differs from the West. Here, it's usually for kids 0 to 3 years and is under the healthcare system. And because it's not part of the country's public education system, private enterprises like Fun Academy are helping to meet its growing demand in popular cities like Beijing. And as recently as April this year, China announced plans to spend around $2.4 billion to build more kindergartens and increase public access to affordable preschool education. And the pressure is on. By next year in 2020, there will be 130 million kids from 0 to 6 years in China. That's nearly Russia's total population. And almost 120 million kids will apply for preschool education in 2020.
Private education centers are here to stay in China now and beyond. And China's focus on early childhood education shows that the public and the private sectors agree on one thing: that critical action must start at a preschool age to have the most impact on children's later performance and beyond. I'm Josh, stay tuned with China Matters.